G'day guys, and welcome back to another one. Today's going to be a fun one. We've been lucky enough to score ourselves one of these bad boys from Anaconda. It is a 65-pound thrust, 54-inch shaft, 12-volt electric motor for the tinny. So, well, for both tinnies, I should say. But yeah, I'm pretty pumped. And Anaconda's hooked us up with a bloody beauty of a machine. So we're gonna get it all G'd up today. We're gonna install it on the boat and gonna take you guys along the ride. So stick with me. Let's get this unboxed and we'll have a look what's inside. Alrighty, let's start with the unboxing. I've already taken off the plastic strips and all that just to make sure everything was inside. Can leave that there. Oh yep, sweet. So they've put in I've chose to get a couple of extras with it because they don't come in a package or anything, but I've got the nylon quick release bracket. So that big bit of nylon goes to the bottom of the motor, and then you've got the little piece that hooks onto your front of your boat, and just for easy access on and off, so you can just remove the motor whenever you want. I will later on down the track get one for the little tinny as well. I do have a bit of cutting board, nylon cutting board. I am going to try and cut out a little square for the tinny so I don't have to go buy one of these, but we'll see if that works or not later on. What else we got? We've got the GPS Nav Sensor. So that bad boy just gets screwed to the back of the boat somewhere, and yeah, so that'll just help with the positioning of the boat and whatnot, and the motor. So I've got a better idea. Let's just jump to it, and with the powers of YouTube. Voila, there you have it. The power of editing. Alrighty, let me run through what we've got here. So here's our quick release mount with all our screws and whatnot. Got our manual for the Watersnake. Got our GPS Nav Sensor. All ready to go. We have a checklist. So this is just a checklist of when it's all packaged, when it's built, like obviously they test it to make the shafts okay. You know, that tick depth, it's all been ticked off to say it's all functioning and ready to go. Guessing this bad boy here is the propeller. It certainly is. Oh, neat little Ziploc bag, eh? It's the Watersnake propeller. Nice little 3-blade. It's pretty cool. Little pin in there too. Oh yeah, that'll be the pin that goes through the this bit here, and then it clicks in. So that's pretty nifty, and I'm assuming this is a little tool from what I've looked up and read on them. It goes in there like that when you want to tighten him up. Yeah, pretty neat. First impressions of the motor, like it's pretty bloody solid. Yeah, first impressions, like, you know, you wouldn't think it was any different to a Minn Kota or a Motor Guide. Like, they've come a long way with building their electric motors. I haven't heard of any issues with this type of model currently, but yeah, here's the little fob that goes with it. Oh yep, it's got batteries in it. She's ready to go already. Pretty neat remote, eh? And yeah, I'm pretty bloody stoked that It comes like this though, hey, all Anderson plugged up. That is a game changer, because every boat these days are going to an Anderson plug, and it's just one less job you got to do when you get something like this. Ideally, these are the connections to your battery. Ideally, I will change that down the track to an Anderson plug as well, or I've got this one here, so I've made this one up a little while back. Ideally, I could even bolt that to that, get some hot shrimp, put it over the top, and shrink wrap it. So we'll see how we go. Like that, that's just an easy fix. Or I can cut the connections and put a proper Anderson plug on there. We'll see how we go. But yeah, first impressions, not too bad. So I think the first thing to do is obviously a quick release bracket. You're gonna have to screw this one here to the bottom of the motor. Yeah, so that'll be our first step. Got all of our instructions there. Hopefully we won't need them, but no doubt we probably will. We don't want to stuff it up. And then we can start look at putting some stuff onto the boat. I'm pretty lucky to have already had a electric motor on my boat. Got obviously the bow mount, motor bow mount ready to mount on. I've already got screws in that, screw holes in that ready to go, but I will double check. This one was for a it was for a Minn Kota, so I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that matches up with that, and it's just a quick fix. If not, no issue, we can always fix it up, drill another hole. Yeah, we did originally have the nav sensor for the old one up the front, but I do want to probably change that to have it down the back. They reckon it works a bit better if you have it further away from the electric motor. So yeah, we'll go with that, and we'll try and put it towards the back of the boat. So, but apart from that, let's get into it. Get stuck into putting these bits together. Guys, just so you know exactly what I'm doing. So I've got the electric motor, flipped him upside down. I've had to take 2 screws out of the side panels. I've had to remove the sides. So then our bit of plate. So then our bit of plate can sit flat on there, because we need to get access to up in here where we're going to put our bolts and our nuts on. So yeah, so that's just what I've done. This little latch here is the quick release. It's the quick release latch. So obviously you put your quick release thing in there, and then that'll clip into that like so when you go and to lock it in place. And then you can obviously put padlocks and whatnot through there if you want to lock it up. So that's that, and then yeah, so next thing to do now, I'll go around and tighten all these nuts up, and then I'll put the sides back on, and we'll keep plotting on. guys, all bolted on. Overhangs at the front a little bit, so obviously your motor can drop down, which is perfect. But yeah, sits in there nice and snug. So next step is to put this bad boy to the front of the boat, which as I said, I've already got screws pre-drilled in the whole screw pre-drilled in the front of the bow. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get that on, and then we'll see if she fits on there nice and snug. Cheers, legends. Give me just the boat up. Sweet. Yoink. Stay. Alrighty. That's where she wants to go. And oh, the holes fit perfect. What I want to do before I put this on, I really want to clean this up, because I'm not too sure last time how I got surface rust on here. That's looking pretty ordinary, so we're going to give that a good clean up. I'm going to bolt that bad boy to the front of the boat, and we're going to see if our motor fits on there nice and snug. So let's get into it. Alright, baby. Thanks, darling. Alrighty, so I'm just about to clean up the bit of surface rust on the front of the bow mount there. I've come to the agreement I'm going to angle grind it. I don't know if you can see, but it's actually starting to get surface rust under the paint on all four. So I'm only going to angle grind and clean up what I need to, as the mount, and that will cover that area anyway. But then I'm gonna obviously treat it and put some stuff on there to try and avoid that happening next time. So we'll get in there, do that. We'll bolt our bow mount to the front, and then yeah, we'll go from there and whack the motor on. So let's get into it. That'll do the trick. Alrighty guys, I've cleaned that up, I've wiped it up. I'm actually going to, so this lines up perfectly, and as you can see, it'll cover majority of that. The motor sitting on top will cover the rest of it. I'm actually going to whack some silicone, I think, under. No, I'm not going to do that. Later on, I might need to take it off, and then it'll be too hard to get off. But yeah, I'll leave it like that temporarily. We'll get some bolts in this, and then we'll get it all G'd off. Let's do it. So I've ran into a little issue. The only issue so far is these bolts slash whatever you want to call them. So if I line that bad boy up there, it pushes through, and you look under here, if I do that up all the way, I'm still going to have leeway at the top, and I don't have any spaces or anything. So it looks like I'm going to have to find some alloy bolts and change it up, or find some spaces of some sort, because it's just not gonna, I'll do that all the way up and I'm still gonna have movement, so that's not good. It's a bummer. That's all good though, we'll sort it out. Not gonna believe it. Looking through the toolbox and I found these bolts and I thought, nah, surely they're not gonna fit. Absolutely tight like a tiger. That is unreal. And to top it off, the original nuts for these fit that bolt. Things are looking up on my side today. Someone's looking after me. So we're gonna go ahead and now bolt these on with these bad boys instead of these long ones which they gave me. And oops, there it goes, gone. These ones here. And we'll give them a go. Don't do it too tight. Oh, how's that? Couldn't have fit better if I wanted it to. Thank God for them bloody bolts, I tell ya. Alright, we'll get the motor and see if she fits on. Got a bit of bloody weight to it, I tell ya. Oh, how good's that? Yep, so it doesn't go in. It does go in, look at that. Oh, so good. That ain't going nowhere, man. Solid as. Fits nice and snug down here. This is the old tensioner for the wherever you want it to fall, so we might just leave him up there for the moment. It's a lot different to the Minn Koda. Minn Koda's just got a like a tightener with, say, this. You don't have the clip to go with it, so oh well, we'll go with that for the moment. Lays down like that. She's a bit tight, but I think it might be like that though. So let's give it another go now. Oh yep, you got to push down and push it at the same time. That's why. Just a rookie and don't know what I'm doing. That's all it is. Oh, she's good. Snug in a rug. Oh guys, I'm pretty happy with that. Perfect. So what we're going to do now is going to put our propeller on. Alrighty, so we've got our little pin. As I was saying, the pin goes put that down first. First of all, this rubber bit's got to come off. Take that bit off. Pin goes in. Just turn him up that way so the pin don't fall out and I can leave him there. So the pin's got to line up with this little bit in here. Like so. Then around the front we have our nut, so to speak, which is our thread I was just saying before. That just slots in the front. I'm a bit, like, a little bit sketchy. I'm not too sketchy on it, but obviously the nut itself is made out of, you know, whatever it's made out of, but it's plastic. Like, I don't know. I just don't know how I feel about plastic, you know. Easy snap. They can't corrode and whatnot, but I don't know, plastic's just good at breaking, so. We'll do that up. We'll get our tool here, a little doohickey. Fits in there like so. Need to hold our propeller while we do this. And tighten it up. That'll probably do it, I think. Don't want to, yeah, that's good. I don't want to go too far and like get that old see you later. Beautiful. I think the next thing to do is, before we do our GPS nav sensor, hook some power up to this bad boy and see if she goes, eh? Alrighty, should have power. Indeed we do. Ooh, we've now got a green light on that, so that's pretty cool. So I'm thinking that was, I think that's because it's the remote's close. Look at that, activate our remote. And away she goes, she's already on. It's got no GPS fix at the moment, but we need to put our GPS nav sensor on and whatnot. But no, that's pretty cool, pretty happy with that. What have we got here? Oh yeah, so up the top it tells us, actually tells us what our battery is, which is cool. 13 volts apparently. So she's battery, which I thought didn't work, is pretty up there. So let's go left. Yep, left works good. Let's go right. Yeah, even better, cool. How good's that? What else have we got? Up and down is the speed. That's on 1, 2, 3. She's pumps along, Jesus. How good's that? Yeah, pretty happy with that. That's awesome. Alrighty, that's awesome. So we just gotta clean this up now. We'll get into the nav sensor, and yeah, we'll go from there. Before we start the nav sensor, cheers. It's 5 o'clock somewhere in the world. So yeah, I'm just gonna reuse the same holes. We'll whack it there. If we do have any issues down the track, we'll swap it to the back. Just don't want to go drilling more holes in the boat and whatnot. So yeah, let's get into that, and yeah, we'll see you once it's done. Very good. And we just got to, oh, don't know if you can see that. So arrow's got to go to the front. Put him in place and just mark out. Oops, don't want to damage the plastic, but we'll mark out some screw holes. Because I did, the screw holes were this way last time, but I have to do them so the arrow's to the front. Beautiful. Now we can go ahead and get some screws. Get some screws and screw it down. Do it too hard. Don't want to thread your screws, and you definitely don't want to wreck the unit because it's only plastic. Let's go find where I did that hole. It's nice and slow. Beautiful. That's solid. It ain't going nowhere. Now really all we've got to do is run our wires and tidy some stuff up, cable tie it, all the wires in there, and might use some of these so they're not just hanging down the front of my boat. And apart from that, we're pretty much done, so we'll finish cleaning up. Alrighty guys, if you've made it this far, I appreciate everything. I hope you have enjoyed my little install. Never done one before. Yeah, pretty rookie to it all, so I'll give you a quick rundown of what I've done here. So in here I've put my battery, before I put my battery in, I screwed the battery box down to the floor. I've got the old strap around it as well. And as you can see, I've got my wires running down the side. I've tucked all them up in the edge, all up in behind my front board here. Yeah, cable tied everything in, so it doesn't fall everywhere, dangle, etc, etc. Just got the cords coming up through here. Ideally, I'd like to make a hole down the track, get them to run through the hole maybe, or something like that, but we'll do that down the track. And yeah, got the old electric motor on the front, which you've already seen, so pretty bloody stoked with how it's all come up. And yeah, as I was saying, I hope you have enjoyed the video. So until we get out and get on the water and give it a test run, I'll see you when I see you. Cheers guys.